G'day and welcome to the PoEsports Report. I'm your host, ZiggyD. Yesterday, 2,000 epic gamers lined up on the Twilight Strand to kick off the biggest Path of Exile race to date. The grueling 8-day Gauntlet race with a crowdfunded prize pool of nearly $17,000. Faster, tougher monsters with added elemental damage, extra projectiles, and additional player resistance penalties make this event the most dangerous Path of Exile experience possible.
Just face tanking, so easy.
No! That wasn't even... No! We got hit. Fuck. Okay. Ha ha ha! Fuck! Oh, I thought I was to the side of him. I killed him!
Just getting through the story content has proven to be no easy feat. Good gearing, solid builds, and a healthy respect for bosses have all proven to be essential, with even the most experienced racers suffering setbacks throughout.
Oh my god. I got EK ghosted, I think.
I'm not feeling comfortable in Blood, dude. Gotta say.
Oh my god. What?
But just how much more dangerous is Gauntlet compared to regular PoE? Here's a report from our expert in the field, Brittleknee.
For today's boss minute that totally lasts more than 1 minute, we're going to look at Viyro. Perhaps one of the spookiest early bosses you'll come across in the Gauntlet, she's pretty formidable, and acts as the first DPS and HP check after Merveil. Per PoE DB, Viyro's ethereal knives can hit low end for around 30 physical damage, assuming 0% mitigation and 0% resistances. In a normal league, 30 damage is, well, 30 damage, but in the Gauntlet, we need to account for the extra mods. With 30% of her base physical damage as extra of all 3 elements, she gains an extra damage percent of base damage of 90%. Easy enough, right? Now both her base damage and this extra damage is then washed through the global 20% increased damage, resulting in 120% base physical damage and 108% damage as extra. We combine these for a total of 228 Gauntlet damage. So, in the Gauntlet, under the same base conditions, she now does 68 points of damage. But wait, there's more. Let's say you got to Viyro as naked as the day you hit the character creation button. You're working against negative 40% elemental resistances in this league, which significantly increases the amount of elemental damage you take from the as extra portion of her abilities, bringing it up to 151.2% as extra, and the total extra damage to 271.2% Gauntlet damage. Against uncapped Exile, she then hits for 81 points of damage, which is all well and good, right? That's not that scary. But then we apply these calculations to her web projectile, an ability that she can use when you're at range, and the low end hits for around 71 physical damage. In the Gauntlet, assuming again 0% physical mitigation and 0% resistances, each of her web projectiles will hit for 161 points of damage. If you have no elemental resistances, this becomes 192 points of damage. The dangerous part of Viyro is that now the web projectile has 3 projectiles and they have the ability to overlap, meaning you can be caught by multiple instances of the damage or even crit. And with around 700 to 800 life, if you're really beefing up your character before this encounter, you can still be in one-shot territory. In the following episodes, we'll pick apart a couple additional bosses and their mechanics and just see how nasty this league really is.
Terrifying. Thanks, Brittle. By the end of day 1, many racers had successfully conquered the story and gotten through to Endgame, perhaps with 1 or 5 rerolls. However, getting established in maps has proven to be a huge challenge. A 40% resistance penalty is brutal for gearing, and 3,000 life just won't cut it. Harvest crafting gear has once again proven to be an MVP for progression. And of course, as always with Path of Exile, a little bit of good luck goes a long way.
What the fuck? Are you kidding me? This is from a Chaos
I
Orb?
don't think I need alterations right now. I mean, I do need a better life flask. Okay. A tabula?
Got an armor. Please drop a blessing. Fuck. Please drop more up blessing. More oils, please. Oh, give me a. Oh, thank you.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Yo. I can fit that in so easy.
However, it's not all fun and games in this video game, as Gauntlet has proven to be an opportunity for some rivals to duke it out. Steelmage and Rise QT, having squared off in previous races, also had a show match throwdown to raise funds for the prize pool just prior to the race.
No! I think that's it. I think I won.
Wait, you won?
I think I did.
Congrats, dude. No, you won still. Yeah, you take that win. You be proud of that. You be proud of killing that mob, you know? Congratulations, Steelmage.
Anyways.
I interviewed Rise and Steel towards the end of day one to see how they were going and what they thought of their competitor.
Like who? Who's Rise? Like who's that? Ziggy? Who that?
I was gonna talk about him swallowing my entire cock or something, but I'll restrain myself for once, you know? How's your race gone? It's been awful, Ziggy. Got terrible RNG. Really difficult to stay alive.
We're doing really good. Harvest is OP. Yeah, all my gear's pretty nutty.
I think Steel made a mistake by going Glad. But because he's such a god gamer, and because he knows how to do the build from the China event, I think he might just pull through. I don't know. It's kind of an all-in strat because getting level 99 I think is super important. And the problem is also that the Essence Drain guys could get level 100. They will struggle a lot more with some bosses, but some other bosses less so. The problem is that I think to really boss well on the Trickster, you have to respec into Vortex.
Worth mentioning, there seems to be some disagreement on the best strategies for the race. Dan, who was topping the ladder at the time, had this to say in response to Rise QT's assertions on Essence Drain.
I don't think it's going to be bad at bossing at all. Like, a lot of people seem to think it's pretty bad at bossing, but nah, they're wrong. It's pretty good at bossing.
Getting geared up, however, right build or not, doesn't ensure safety in early maps, as a few racers have already discovered. And today I'd like to give the Editor's Choice Most Savage Clip Award to this clip from Mr. Echo.
Or not. I shouldn't have run it.
So, are you winning, son? Here's Brittleknee explaining how the scoring system works and the current standings.
Our second round of standings are fresh off the press from Viyro, published at 1:36 AM GMT +1. As you can see, it's a formidable lineup of names, some new, some well-known, and represent the pantheon of racing prowess. Now, for those who are hearing about this for the first time and want to know what these points mean, let's go over how racers win points in this league. As players level, they'll get points for every level. From 1 to 98, they get 1 point each. At 99, they get 2 points, and at 100, they will earn the final 3 points. Additional points can be earned by engaging with different bosses, and it's a pretty risky hit list. They include any Delve boss, Elder, Shaper, Atsiri, Oshabi, Uber Elder, Uber Atsiri, Awakener, and Mastermind. Each boss ranges in danger and difficulty, and the points received for slaying them scales accordingly. Now for a little bit of ladder trivia. Out of the top 15 shown here, 6 are playing Trickster, 4 are Necromancers, 2 are Gladiators. There's also 1 playing Chieftain, 1 playing Occultist, and 1 playing a Champion. While Chieftains, Glads, and Champions are sprinkled through the top 50, even the top 100, the Occultist is quite rare. Generally speaking, it seems that most prefer the Trickster's toolkit to hers, but I'm excited to see how this progresses. Now, a predominant majority of characters are spell slinging, from chaos to fire to cold, and it seems that this playstyle seems to be the comfortable pick. Others are handcasting with the usual power horses of the solo self-found hardcore environment, such as Cremation and Vortex. On the melee side, we see a mix between Lacerate and various bonks. I'm really happy with the class diversity that we're seeing, even though we knew Necro and Trickster would have a heavy showing. It's good to see players approach this rather difficult challenge with the skills and classes that they are the most comfortable with, even if it doesn't match the meta.
With content like this, you can be sure that there'll be plenty of carnage to come in the following days, and Brittle and I will be here to give you updates as the story unfolds. Best of luck to all of our races, and the organisers would like to let the racers know that if they tap out, please leave the private league to make room for other people to come in and provide us with rip clips. If you'd like to submit clips for the next episode, then please see the submission link in the description below. That's it for now. I'm ZiggyD, and thanks for watching the PoEsports Report.